Hi, I'm Dave Swenson with the Dave Swenson team, and I am very pleased to introduce you to the house here at 813 Hudson Avenue. Literally, we are just a few blocks away from downtown Sarasota. Selby Gardens is just a little bit over here. We're actually located between Orange and Osprey Avenue and just off of Mound. Mound is also known as US 41 as it comes through here in Sarasota. This house was built in 1936. The guy that developed or built this house, he had several different phases that he went through in building the house, but he made a very, very creative and unique house. Now, just so you know, this house was relocated to this particular spot in 1984. And the reason we know that is because in the garage, on the floor, there's actually a little imprint in the concrete where somebody put the date. They put 84. So we'll be finishing up in the garage at the end of the tour. But for right now, I just wanted to tell you a little bit about the house. Now, it was relocated once again in 1984 to this location. It was originally located right across the street. Okay, over here you can see these condos, these two-story condos at 850 Hudson Avenue. Those were built on the records in 1989. So apparently they moved the house over here. More than likely they had to do this in probably several different sections to move it. But when they moved it over here, they put it on all new foundation. They replaced all the plumbing. They replaced everything underneath the house to bring it up to the current times, okay? So this house, even though it's 1936, is much, much more modern and much more up to the speed and up to the date of our times right now. And as we look out over here, over the garage, you can see there's a low-pitch roof over there. We'll look at that a little bit later. And over this other side of the house, this is over the main bedroom area and then a lounge area. Those all have a 4-year new membrane that was put over that, so that's basically like new. And of course the main roof is there. We also have lots of skylights. The one thing you'll notice in this house, lots of light. As it turns out, what we have here is we have somebody who does an art restoration business. He does fine art. He fixes them, he makes them perfect, everything else. And so what he has is a workshop right here behind here on the right hand side. He has a workshop, and then in the garage he's got a little bit more extra space that he can work out there as well. There's actually a separate entrance for that as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at the house. I just want to do one last thing before we move. This is the original rear of the home, okay? So this, what you see behind me, this is what would have been the back door of the house. So that's why it's not a normal front of the house. It's because they moved the house straight across the street. Not sure if it was a logistic thing or they just wanted to have the beautiful front of the house facing towards a private backyard. I'm not sure what the reasons, but at the same time, this is not the original front of the home. So let's take a look around the house. As you'll notice, as we walk around here, you'll see this beautiful grass. We've plenty of parking. Now the house does have, on this part of the house, these are asbestos shingles. Now the one thing with asbestos shingle siding is that it never ever rots. It will be here forever. I mean, it's not prone to rotting. This is a newer package unit. This air conditioner runs the whole bottom of the house. As we come over here into the backyard, if you will, and as we look, take a look at this house. This is the original front of the house. And you can see it's just a really beautiful setting. The grass is in pristine condition, and we have this gorgeous 28 by 10-foot porch. Now, in my own opinion, if you wanted to add a pool, if that's something that was really important because this does not have a pool, I would probably put the pool right over here in the corner, okay? Because that's just logically where it would make sense. The house is on central water, central sewer, it's underground utilities, everything is ready to go. So logically, if you added a pool, it would make the most sense over here. And as we turn around, you'll notice this ivy-covered house right next to us. In Sarasota, if you're from Sarasota, this is the castle. This is the castle that you can see from Mount Avenue. It's one of the coolest houses. What it was apparently it was an architect and designer that lived in this house, and they created this beautiful, unique house. It's got domes on the top. It's Moorish design. It's really a really neat house. And we're looking at the side of it where you can see the vines. So anyway, let's take a look inside the house now. And as we come in, we're going to come right into the living area. Welcome to the living area. We have a wood-burning fireplace. And to the right of it, there's actually a little bench area where that's where you put your firewood in there. This fireplace has a heatilator system. Basically what that means is it was designed to give heat to the occupants of the house, And so you see there's a little grill here. In the dining room, there's a couple extra grills that are actually covered right now. But if you want to open those up, you could certainly do that. And the gentleman here is an artist. And so you'll notice a lot of artwork along the walls. You can see going here. Let's not forget, we have a Art Deco Wurlitzer piano right here. This is from the 30s, okay? So this actually will go with the house. The seller says you can have it. I actually have played it. It's might need a little bit of tuning, but it's a really unique instrument. And you have French doors going over here to a sitting room, but we're going to go down the hallway just to show you the half a bath that goes outside. Now, inside this closet is the electronics for the house. There's a stereo system inside here, and the house is wired for sound. So you have speakers all throughout the house, and it all comes into this closet here so you can have that. In here, once again, is the half a bath. If you want to just take a quick look, it's a half a bath. Okay. Coming back through the living area, you can see this is a very nice place just to relax and unwind. And we're going to go in here to the lounge area. There are French doors that you can shut off here if you would so desire. And you come in and you'll notice we got the plantation shutters across the bottom. We do have the Bose speakers in here. And I'm told that this is an original Hunter fan. And believe it or not, Hunter fans, I'm looking here, it says it's 1886. I'm told it may be original. If it is, it's a unique feature that you're probably not going to get anywhere else. Now, most of the house has replacement windows. They have thermal windows, but some of the original parts of the house still have the original windows. So this area right here, this still has the original windows, all right? So as we move through here, we come into, we call this the safe room. Okay, so if you ever had a hurricane in Florida, we actually have those. We have this little safe room where they're using it for storage right now. But this would be a safe place to go, of course, if there was a hurricane. In the living area, so this is the main bedroom. This is the master bedroom. Down the floor, you'll notice there's a place where it looks like there might have been a little bit of a patch of the hardwood tile, or hardwood floors. We think that there may have been a staircase going up to the second floor at some point. Anytime you're dealing with a house that's over 80 years old, there's going to be some things that are unique and different. Now this room itself, the windows in here are the best windows that they could have, and it is very, very quiet. See? So, and here are the master bathroom. Coming in, we have a spa tub right down here, and it's just an interesting place. The owner, interesting story, he said that he was watching the Super Bowl from inside here, smoking a cigar and looking through the windows and everything else, so it was kind of fun. But you have a toilet, you have a bidet, you also have a full shower enclosure, and then your closets are right off here off the back of the bathroom. And there used to be a toilet in the floor over there, but it's no longer there. All right, so it's just an extra space for you to store things. And once again, the house, they put the air conditioning for the bottom. The whole bottom floor is powered by the package unit outside. And they did that so that they wouldn't damage the ceilings. I mean, there's so much unique things with the ceilings, they just didn't want to mess with those. So we're going to come through here, and then we're going to go upstairs, all right? So come along. So now we're heading up the original staircase of the house. So come on with me on these beautiful wood stairs as we go upstairs. And you'll notice the artist's work on the walls. And as you come up here, this is one of the zones of the air conditioning in the house. They have three different zones. You have a downstairs zone, you have a second zone that does these two bedrooms and this little landing area. And the reason for that is because hot air might come up the stairwell, and they just want to make sure that they kept it nice and cool. All right? In here, behind this bookcase is actually a door. Okay, we're not going to open it right now, but that's a door to the rest of the top of the floor. We're going to come through here. This is the main bedroom on the second floor. It's a nice sized room. You've got the crown molding around the top. You've got a closet over here. And then we have what we would call the blue bath. One of the blue baths. You can see it's just got a toilet. It's just your normal bathroom, okay? So there it is. It's got a full shower. Everything else is a full bath. It's an ensuite, which is important when you're having guests, that they have their own private bathroom, that they don't have to share with somebody else, all right? So we come through over here. This is the third bedroom. And once again, they got the high-end windows in this room, so it's very, very quiet once again. You can't really hear anything, but there is no bed in here right now. And this bathroom is a pass-through bathroom. Okay, so this can be accessed from either side. Okay, you can see as we come through, we have a sink, toilet, shower, everything else. It's got all the things you need for a bath. And then we come into, this is like a lounge area. Okay, so right now there's like a dining table, but this is really an area for people to gather. Quick story. During World War II, there were 4 pilots that were anti-submarine pilots, and they lived upstairs. And so they had 4 bedrooms up in this upstairs area. Not sure exactly how they were all configured. We do know for certain that there was 3 of them the way they were. But as far as the rest of them, we're not absolutely sure. But there's actually a dumbwaiter in this house, so that during the war, these pilots were living upstairs. And the dumbwaiter was there so that the staff could lift up their food and whatever else from the bottom, from the kitchen, up to this top. So as you come through here, you've got hardwood floors through here. They probably will need to be refinished. There was some little bit of damage just from a roller, you know, on the because they're actually soft pine. All right, now I want to bring your attention to something really unique. If you look up here, you look at this really heavy beam, and you notice there's 3 probably 1-inch bars, and there's brackets coming down. This house is ingeniously designed to have the least amount of support systems in the house. So that's why you notice it's such an open plan. Even though it's a 1936 house, it's really open so that you don't have a lot of supporting walls. And that's the reason that they're able to do that. This is a loft right now, so you can use this loft for storage. He has a skylight up there. There's plenty of room to put your things. And there's accesses up to the roof and everything else, all right? So as you come through here, the dumbwaiter is right here. This is where the food would come up. This is where they bring it out. That's your dumbwaiter system. And then we come into the current lounge area for the second master area, if you will. Okay, so this is just a nice little lounge area. You can have a television. You got the 11-foot ceilings vaulted. This is part of the addition of the house. The part that was added to the house, this was added onto the studio that you'll see in just a minute was added onto. And that was pretty much the main part that was added on. So then we're going to go back to the original. This is the last bedroom that we have. It's a little bit dark, but this is where you can sleep in here. There used to be a door somewhere over maybe to share the bathroom, but right now the door is no longer there. All right. So for this one we have the master bathroom here, upstairs master suite. And you can see we've got a beautiful skylight to bring in plenty of natural lights. Got a shower enclosure, you got your toilet bidet, and you got your granite top, nice vanity, everything else ready to go. And the house has a lot of lights. Like I said, very bright. This is kind of unique. Oh, hi. Anyway, it's a nice mirror. If you're getting ready, you want to have a mirror, you got a mirror. A really nice, big, large mirror. The ladies would love that. Actually, some of us men actually would like that too. That's the way we are. All right. Coming through, this area is the multi-purpose room. Okay, the multi-purpose room is here. We have, you can see beautiful lights flooding in here. We got artwork, everything else. This room could be, it's a multi-purpose room. You could have yoga up here. You could have a sculpture studio. You could have a pottery studio. There's so many things you could do with this. But underneath this melamine cover is another vapor barrier, and then there's beautiful wood floors. Let me just quickly show you so you can see for yourself. There you go. You can see the nice wood floors. And he's got them covered so they're pretty much in pristine condition. All right, coming through here, I want to show you, this is the outside. We're just going to step out for a second. And I just wanted to show you this. All right, so what you have here, once again, is that membrane. This is only about 4 years old. It's a really heavy-duty, solid membrane. And you got all the skylights, once again, that flood in all the light. You've got gutters and everything else. And let's take one last look at the little castle next door. You can see really the beautiful little mosaic on the wall there. I mean, it's pretty neat. I mean, that's a beautiful house. And the bayou is literally just right over here, just over the side. You can actually almost smell the salt water here from the bayou. Now coming over here, what you're going to notice, we have a service elevator area. This is a shaft that is designed for a future elevator. Right now, it's basically used for materials and supplies. So we have a 2,000-pound lift up above, and the lift will pull up this cage that is here, and this goes down to the workshop downstairs. And so up here in this area, once again, we have this multi-purpose room. You can have a yoga studio, pottery studio, painting studio, whatever you want to do. This is a multi-purpose area with beautiful lighting. You have that service elevator to bring materials and supplies up here. And this has been wired for a kiln. So there's electricity up here. And with electricity, it also gave the ability to have a kitchenette. Okay. So we're going to go back down and we're going to take a look at we're going to finish up with the dining room and the kitchen and the workshop areas. As you come down the stairs back into the beautiful living area, you can feel the relaxation come upon you. With the artwork on the walls, you got your beautiful wood-burning fireplace. And as we come over in this area, we come into the dining area. In the dining room, you can see it's a large dining room. All the windows on this area have been replaced with the thermal windows. It's very, very quiet in here. You got the crown molding throughout. You got a ceiling fan. You got lots of lights and everything else. The exterior of the house in this area, just so you know, he had a cement tile that looks exactly like the rest of the house. So you wouldn't even know that it's concrete, but it's a concrete tile on the exterior of the added-on area. So now we're coming into probably the most unique kitchen you will have ever seen in your life. So come on in. And what you'll notice, first off, is wood. It's almost got a little camper kind of feel, but at the same time, it's unique. And what you'll see is you see open, beautiful wood cabinets. You got glass front cabinets over here. But I want to bring your attention to something that is so unique, I was just kind of blown away. This drawer right here is actually for tablecloths. And you notice it's really wide. And the reason why it's like that is so that you roll up your tablecloth, and so when you spread it out on your beautiful table for your guests, no wrinkles. There you go, okay? So we have a trash compactor here. We have a Bosch dishwasher, burners here. We have 4 burners over there. You got the under cabinet lighting. You got beautiful stainless appliances. You got a vent going outside. And then I want to bring your attention to our dumbwaiter. There's our dumbwaiter. Okay, once again, that was there for the people to bring the food up to the top and everything else. As we come out of the kitchen, we're coming into the workshop area of the house. And you see there's a separate entrance for this part of the house that does go out to this back porch, which is what it was originally. And so you have the door coming into the workshop. And as we come in here, you'll see where the current owner is using this as a workshop to do his work. In here, this is the elevator shaft area. So this is right now just basically it's a service elevator area where you can haul materials or whatever else you want to have up there. He does have that 2,000-pound lift up there that brings the cage up and down. But this is where if somebody wanted to put in a proper elevator, this is the area where you would be putting that. As you come back through here, you can see you still have, this is all part of the original home. But he has a little air conditioning unit in the window here for this part and also for the garage because once again this is a workshop. You'll see the beautiful skylights to give you plenty of light up here. And right over here there's a small half a bath. And in here he's actually got a washer and dryer and there is a nice water heater as well. But this could be returned back to a full bath if you want, but there's a little toilet in this thing. And in here we have the floor plans and all the plans from when in 2003 when they added the addition on the second floor. As you take a quick look here, you'll see this is the existing property here, and you can see where the diagonal lines are. That is the part that was added on. So what you have is you have the upstairs studio, craft room, everything else. You have that little kitchenette. Then you have there's the new bathroom for the master, which the second master up here, and then the lounge area is up here. So this was all added onto. In 2003, it's got the vaulted high ceilings and everything else. But all the plans are here if it's something that you want to look at. All the calculations are there as well. Back here, you still have a little bit more work area where it's been opened up. And the last place we're going to go into is the garage. Okay, this is the existing garage. It was relocated here once again in 1984. And the way that we know it was 1984 is because right down here in the ground, where my foot is, you can see it says 1984. And as you know, as any young person or even older person likes to do, sometimes you like to put your mark on history. So this is 1984, and that was when they moved the structure over here. They put it up on a stem wall, and once again, everything was redone underneath the house. All the pipes, all the plumbing, everything has been taken care of. If you look across over here, you'll notice in the electrical panel, it has all been upgraded with new wiring and everything else. So the whole house, although it's a 1936 home, it is not a 1936 home. Once again, one more ingenious feature that the builder did when he designed this house is you'll notice there's a 1-inch iron beam coming down here with the supports, and it goes back up onto the other side. And what that does is it distributes the weight, it holds it on either side by using that metal bar. And what that does is it opens up the room so you don't have pillars in the middle of your garage. There's a working sink over here. You'll see this is just a work area. So he's got all sorts of things up here. There's shop stuff, there's things to cut, everything else. Whether somebody wants to keep this or not, that would certainly be their choice. This does back out to the other side. There's a little patio outside there. And I can tell you right now that it's fairly comfortable here in this workshop, because once again there is a unit over here that's running the electric for the air conditioning. He also has a full fan to exhaust the area. Of course, if you're painting or doing something like that, sometimes you might have some fumes that you might not want to have. So anyway, that's it for the house. This is the most unique house you'll ever probably encounter. Once again, 813 Hudson Avenue, the Dave Swenson team. Check it out as soon as you can. It's a wonderful property. Thanks for watching.